Hello, good morning to everyone. Welcome to my physics class. So, in this class, let us explain Earth's magnetism, or it is also called as terrestrial magnetism. You know, Earth is taken as a perfect sphere. It is a sphere. Earth is rotating about an axis such that this vertical line, suppose it is taken as the axis of rotation, such that this end or this pole of the earth is called as north pole and is also called as geographic north pole. Remaining one is S, which is called as geographic south pole. Geographic south pole. Earth is revolving or earth is rotating about its own axis. Now, Earth is taken as a perfect magnet or a huge magnet or a natural magnet. That's why, suppose a bar magnet, Earth is also considered as a long bar magnet, or a magnet is suspended exactly at the center of the Earth. It will comes to rest not along the axis of rotation, not along the axis of rotation of Earth. Maybe this will comes to rest at certain angle with the axis of rotation. Therefore, that's why the Earth is taken as a huge magnet. This is taken as a magnetic north and south poles of Earth. That means this is the north pole, magnetic north pole of Earth and magnetic south pole of Earth. This side. That means towards the geographic north, there is a magnetic south pole. And also, towards the geographic south pole, there is a magnetic north pole. This is the magnetic north pole of Earth. This is the magnetic south pole of Earth. Also, a straight line passing through the north and south poles of Earth magnet is known as the magnetic meridian. Magnetic meridian, simply it is also called as the axis of Earth's bar magnet. Axis of Earth magnet. Now again here, if for example, this is taken as the axis of rotation, geographic north and geographic south, this is magnetic south of Earth and this is the magnetic north of Earth. This dotted line indicates the axis of the bar magnet. Now, let us imagine a vertical plane like this. A vertical plane, suppose this is a vertical plane, it is a vertical plane, and this is the horizontal plane. This is the vertical plane passing through the north and south pole of Earth. Magnetic north and south pole of Earth is taken as the magnetic meridian, and also a vertical plane passing through the geographic north and south poles of Earth is taken as this is the vertical plane. This is called as geographic meridian. Okay, na? A vertical plane passing through the north and south of Earth is known as the geographic meridian, and the vertical plane passing through the magnetic north and south poles of Earth is called as the magnetic meridian. And there is a small angle between these two vertical planes. This is nearly equal to 17.5 degrees. It is nearly equal to 17.5 degrees. Means angle between the magnetic meridian and geographic meridian is equivalent to 17.5 degrees. Right? Okay. So here there are some examples or there are some definitions. The axis of Earth magnet makes an angle of 17.5 degrees with Earth rotational axis. Now what is meant by geographic meridian? Geographic meridian means a vertical plane passing through the axis of rotation of Earth is called as geographic meridian. Magnetic meridian means a vertical plane passing through the axis of a freely suspended magnet is called as magnetic meridian. Are you understand? Magnetic meridian as well as geographic meridian. Next one, what is meant by elements of earth magnetic field? Elements of earth's magnetism or terrestrial magnetism. In general, the magnitude of magnetic induction due to earth. Again, earth is taken as a huge magnet. So here, earth is taken as a huge magnet. Now the magnitude and direction of the magnetic field of earth at any place, it is completely given by certain quantities. They are called as the magnetic elements of earth. Suppose at this point on the earth, find the value of magnitude and direction of the magnetic induction field. To know the magnetic induction field at this point, let us know some parameters which are called as the magnetic elements of earth. In general, these magnetic elements are generally called as the three. They are called, first one, angle of declination, second one, angle of inclination or dip, and third one, horizontal component of earth's magnetic field. See here, elements of earth's magnetism or terrestrial magnetism. Let here the magnitude and direction of magnetic field of earth at a place are completely given by certain quantities known as magnetic elements. These magnetic elements are three types. First one, angle of declination. Second one, angle of inclination or dip. Third one, horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. These three are known as the magnetic elements of Earth. So first one, what is meant by angle of declination? Angle of declination. So just before we'll discuss about the magnetic meridian and geographic meridian. Magnetic meridian and geographic meridian, these are the two vertical planes having some angle, some acute angle between them. For example, this is called as this is geographic meridian and this is geographic north pole. And suppose this is magnetic meridian. Suppose this is magnetic meridian plane and this is geographic meridian plane. Geographic meridian and magnetic meridian. Geographic meridian and magnetic meridian. Clearly understood? Magnetic meridian plane and geographic meridian plane. Angle between geographic meridian and magnetic meridian is known as the alpha, which is also called angle of declination. Suppose here the acute angle between magnetic meridian and geographic meridian is known as the angle of declination at a given place. This is angle of declination represented by alpha. This dotted plane called geographic meridian, this plane is known as the magnetic meridian. Now suppose a magnetic needle, a small magnetic needle which is suspended freely in the magnetic meridian plane. In this magnetic meridian plane, the needle will come to rest at one point or at one position. This is the equilibrium position of the needle, north and south poles of the needle. Always the magnetic needle which will come to rest along the Earth's magnetic field, that is represented by BE. Okay now? This plane is magnetic meridian plane. In this magnetic meridian plane, a magnetic needle is suspended freely such that it will come to rest along the field created by the earth, that is represented by BE. Therefore, the direction of BE that makes an angle delta with the horizontal, it is the horizontal direction. This delta is called as the angle of inclination or dip, angle of dip. So, dip is defined as the angle made by the Earth's magnetic induction with the horizontal is known as the angle of dip. Alpha means angle of declination. This is defined as the acute angle between magnetic meridian and geographic meridian is known as the angle of declination, and this is called as angle of dip. This is the Earth's magnetic induction BE. Earth's magnetic induction BE makes an angle delta with the horizontal. That's why BE will be resolved into two perpendicular components. One is called BH, second one is BV. BH means horizontal component of Earth's magnetic induction. BV means vertical component of Earth's magnetic induction. Suppose here angle of declination, okay. Next, a magnetic needle is suspended freely in the magnetic meridian plane. It comes to rest along the direction of Earth's magnetic field. Earth's magnetic field. So, the Earth's magnetic field BE is resolved into two perpendicular components. One is BH, horizontal component. That BH is equal to BE cos delta, and vertical component BV is equal to BE sin delta. Dividing these two, BV by BH is equal BE cancel, sin delta by cos delta means tan delta. Therefore, BV by BH is equal to tan delta. Here, delta is known as the angle of dip. Now again, dip is also classified into two types, true dip as well as apparent dip. What is meant by true dip? True dip means if the magnetic needle is suspended exactly in the magnetic meridian plane, the dip is measured is known as the true dip. So the angle of dip measured in the magnetic meridian plane is called as the true dip. It is represented by delta. Tan delta is equal to BV by BH. Next one, apparent dip. Other than magnetic meridian plane, in any plane, the angle of dip is known as the apparent dip. Any plane means other than magnetic meridian plane, the dip measured is called as the apparent dip. So, the angle of dip measured in a plane other than magnetic meridian is known as the apparent dip. So, this apparent dip is generally represented by delta dash. Let here, this is the magnetic meridian plane. Along the magnetic meridian plane, the horizontal component of magnetic induction is equal to BH. Let us consider one more plane. This is the another plane, vertical plane. This is magnetic meridian plane. Let us consider one more plane. This is the another plane. So angle between these two planes is equal to theta. This is the another plane. Now in this plane, this is not magnetic meridian. In this plane, the angle of dip is measured as the apparent dip. Along the magnetic meridian, the dip is true dip. Other than magnetic meridian, the dip is apparent dip. So it is BH. Angle between these two planes is equal to theta. Component of BH along this direction is BH cos theta. Now, the apparent dip delta dash. So tan delta dash is equal in the same way BV by BH cos theta. It is remembered that the vertical component of the Earth's magnetic field remains constant in any plane, whatever it may be, magnetic meridian or any other plane. BV remains constant. Only the horizontal component should be changes from plane to plane. Because, so here, this is the horizontal, and I mean Earth's magnetic material. BH is the horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. Along this direction, its component is BH cos theta. Vertical means inside. Or into the paper. BV. Along this or in this plane, the vertical component is inside. Along this plane, the vertical component is inside. That means BV remains constant in any plane. So tan delta dash is equal to BV by horizontal component along the given plane, which is called as BH cos theta. But you know, BV by BH is equal to tan delta. So tan delta dash is equal to tan delta by cos theta. Delta dash is the apparent dip and delta is the true dip and theta is the angle between magnetic meridian plane and the given plane. This is the relation between true dip and apparent dip. Tan delta dash is equal to tan delta by cos theta. So next one, what is meant by Earth's magnetic field? Earth's magnetic field. Let here horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. Earth's magnetic field means the Earth's magnetic field BE in the magnetic meridian may be resolved into a horizontal component BH and also vertical component BV at any place. So tan delta is equal to BV by BH. Tan delta is equal to BV by BH. Keep it in mind. Here there is one application regarding to angle of dip. Application 1. First one, this is the application. If delta 1 and delta 2 are the angles of dip observed in two vertical planes which are at right angles to each other, and delta be the true dip. So this is the magnetic meridian plane, magnetic meridian. Along the magnetic meridian, the true dip is equal to delta. This is a first plane along which apparent dip is equal to delta 1, and this is the another plane, second plane. Along this plane, the apparent dip is equal to delta 2. This plane and this plane, it is given, both are perpendicular to each other, means 90. Let us consider the first plane makes an angle alpha with the magnetic meridian, so that second plane makes an angle 90 minus alpha with the magnetic meridian, right? So in the first plane, the apparent dip is delta 1. You know, tan delta 1 is equal to tan delta by cos alpha, where alpha is the angle between two planes. From this, cos alpha is equal to tan delta by tan delta 1. Let's say it is equation 1. Next one, along the second plane, tan delta 2 is equal to tan delta by cos of 90 minus delta. That is equal to tan delta by sin of 90 minus alpha means, cos of 90 minus alpha means sin alpha. From this, sin alpha is equal to tan delta by tan delta 1. Let it equation 2. Now, 1 square plus 2 square means cos square alpha plus sin square alpha is equal to cos square alpha means tan square delta by tan square delta 1 plus tan square delta by tan square delta 2. Common tan square delta into 1 by tan square delta 1 plus 1 by tan square delta 2. Cos square alpha plus sin square alpha is equal to 1. So tan square delta means 1 by tan square delta is equal to 1 by tan square delta 1 plus 1 by tan square delta 2. 1 by tan means cot. Cot square delta is equal to cot square delta 1 plus cot square delta 2. This is the relation between apparent dips and also true dips in the given two planes which are perpendicular to each other. Are you understand? Right. Now again, there is one wide explanation corresponding to angle of dip. See here, explanation about dip. So my dear students, suppose this is the earth. Earth is taken as a sphere. Earth is rotating about its own axis. Earth is rotating about its own axis such that this is geographic north and this is geographic south. Also, you know, Earth is taken as a bar magnet or a perfect magnet, means its north pole is like this and south pole is like this, means the earth magnetic north pole is directed towards the geographic south. Earth's magnetic south pole is directed towards the on the side of the geographic north. So you know, this is a bar magnet. In this bar magnet, magnetic lines of forces are always starting from north pole and ends on the south pole. So this is the direction of the magnetic line outside the given magnet, and inside they are going from south to north. That's why magnetic lines of forces are the closed loops. Alani, in this side also, magnetic line is going from north to south like this, right? So on this magnetic line, let us imagine just one place on the surface of earth. Suppose here at this place. So at this place, a magnetic needle is suspended. Means magnetic needle always comes to rest along the line of action of force. Along this line. Means a tangent is drawn on the magnetic lines of force that gives the direction of resultant magnetic field of Earth, BA. See here. Suppose here, this is the magnetic line, or tangent drawn on the magnetic line. Magnetic needle will comes to rest along the direction of the field. This is the direction of field, BE. Now, at this point, BE, let it makes an angle delta with the horizontal. Delta with horizontal. Suppose here, this is the horizontal direction. At this horizontal direction, it makes an angle delta. Delta is called as the dip, angle of dip. BE will be resolved into two components here, BH. That means this is equivalent to BE cos delta, and like this is equivalent to BV. BV is equal to BE sin delta. Okay now. Let here, this is BH and this is BV. Always BV is always directed towards the center of the earth. BH is horizontal. Because a tangent is drawn at any point on the magnetic line that gives the direction of BE. BE makes at an angle delta with the horizontal. The delta is called as the dip, and BE will be resolved into BH and BV. This delta is called as the angle of dip. That's why. So at the another place also, at this place on the magnetic line, let us draw a tangent. Means a magnetic needle will comes to rest along this direction. This gives the value of BE. So at this point, BE makes at an angle with the horizontal. This is the horizontal direction. That horizontal direction, it makes an angle delta, which is also called angle of dip. Now BE will be resolved into two perpendicular components. It is BH and also this is BA. Like this. At any point on the surface of earth,